It's May 5th. No, it's not. It's 5 a.m. on May 4th. I am trying to understand masks in Keyshape, and I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong. I'm really excited about this app for the ability to create interactive headers for the web. Mostly, or most specifically, is because it's an SVG with CSS animation. To me, that is what is distinguishing this tool as one that I'm really wanting to spend more time, is that I can create front end animated graphics for the web using this simple UI. But I think we just need to figure out the masks. But I want to show kind of what my goal is, and then figure out if masks, just whether I'm uncovering parts where the feature needs work or if I'm just doing it wrong. So the idea here, I have 3 different tabs I'm going to work through, but I want to start with my desire is to be able to have a banner that is basically no bleed in the print space, that there's no white, so all of this stuff. So in theory, this circle down here should not be visible when I open this. So I'm going to preview here in a browser, but I'm just going to hit Command Return to do it in the future. But I don't want to see this circle, so I was hoping a mask would provide me that ability. So what I'm going to do here is when I look at, I want to walk through these. When I do kind of the exact same thing, where I introduce a mask, if we just go back to blank 0 here, here's a rectangle that has no functionality. And then here's a mask that has a rectangle right here. And it kind of it serves the purpose to the degree that now you'll see that the circles are hidden. So if I check that out in a browser, that's great. The difference, though, that I'm trying to understand is why does the mask in this situation change the color? Like if I wanted this to be a true green, or a true red even, look, notice how the colors get inverted in masks, so I'm not able to, my constraints are bound by the borders, but now the colors themselves are not cooperating. So I don't understand that component of masks. So I could use some benefit there if I'm using them wrong. And then here, this one was the most curious to me. So I started over on Titled 4, where let's just start with as simple as here is a stationary square. So it has no movement, and when I open it, we see there's the square, right? So then if I add a just another square over it, we see it covers it. Great. And we can see that in the browser here, and that's great too. Now what gets interesting is at the most basic level of creating a mask, this mask is as simple as hitting mask, and it says insert new mask, which is object new mask. So object insert new mask. First of all, I don't know why it comes with a ellipse, but here we have it, right? It's there. Now these are outside the mask layer, whereas these are inside the mask layer. This time they're outside, and I'm going slow so that you can see kind of what happens. It's wonky. Now let's go back to the standard rectangle with the full mask. So here's the circle. Here's now the rectangle outside of the mask, and you'll see that, okay, well, we have a rectangle that's now being clipped by the ellipse. That makes sense. So once the mask turns visible. You cannot see anything because it's a mask until you put the shape. I get that part. Now watch what happens, however, when I open this in the browser is there's nothing. So just as a review, here's the square, beautiful. And then if I add the mask and I open it, I don't see anything. So why is that? And then if I add this one, so here is now a moving rectangle. So now it seems like it's going through and disappearing, which is kind of inverted. And then let's look at this in the browser. It's going up there in the corner, which I don't know why it is. And then look at the movement, and there's no circle anymore. So that's curious to me. And then if I add, let's just add all four. So now here's this in animation. So we see that the circle shows up completely, the rectangle does not, and then let's look at this now in the browser. And we get this, like, there's no double circle. So, that's a variety of interactions. I guess I'll upload, or I'm willing to make these available somewhere to experiment, but I want to send this to kind of you, the Keyshape author, and see if you could help me understand if I'm needing some training on masks or if I'm uncovering a bug. But all right, thank you very much.